The Rap Roundtable.
Yes, sir. This is the Rap Roundtable. We back in quick Zoom on the lunch hour. Hov finally dropped the gauntlet. We've been talking, I want to say, about a year loosely in group chats on the pod itself, wondering who could step in the ring with Jay-Z. 20 tracks on stage. Hov himself says nobody can. And you know the resident Hov stand that I am. I'm with all of this.
Yo, he kind of
talk about Sin. I don't care about Sin T-shirt. I don't care about Deeni. I don't care about Deeni's fake fandom. I don't care about loving Wave. All of y'all niggas can kiss my ass. This is the Rap Roundtable. I'm your boy Jarv alongside Cinsere Rap Snob, alongside Deeni the Balance, alongside Masito himself. Fellas, what's good?
Chilling, man. Yo, bro, like he's kind of breaking the internet today with the with this statement. So for those of you that might not know, out of nowhere, actually, I was just on Twitter chilling, and I see that there's this Twitter Spaces. It's like Clubhouse, but on Twitter. For those of y'all not familiar, and Alicia Keys was in it, so I popped in. All of a sudden, Hov is in there, and Hov and Alicia Keys are talking back and forth. Right, go through a lot of questions. When I tell you, this man Hov was so humble and diplomatic about every single answer he gave in this interview that they were doing on Twitter Spaces. But the interviewer asked him about Verzuz. Like, do you see yourself doing it? Who would you do it with? And when I tell you, Jay just flipped a switch and just went like, here, I'm gonna read you exactly what he said. He said, "No one can stand on that stage with me. It's not a chance in hell that anyone can stand on that stage with me." Not a chance in hell, y'all. When I tell, because in his later ages, in his later stages in his career, Hov is really taking like a sort of political, diplomatic kind of approach to a lot of the things that he says. You got to make sure to set the right tone, But when they asked him about Verzuz, he was like, "Ain't no chance in hell. Nobody stands a chance." And now all hell is broken loose on the internet. The internet is broken right now. Everybody got their takes. Everybody saying, "Yo, don't play with Hov. Hov is absolutely right." Then there's, obviously it's the internet, so it's gonna be like mad opinions, just good, bad, and indifferent. But there's a lot of just terrible opinions out there, to be quite honest. But yeah, man, let's talk about it. What's your takes on this?
Hey, now, not only did Hov break it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shut the fuck up. You want me to shut the fuck up? I'm gonna shut the fuck up. It's fine.
My fault, y'all. But not only did Hov break the internet, but he broke the group chat too, folks. I'm gonna let y'all know we was in there talking about the call he had, like he said. We was in there having rapper stand wars, and I was forced once again to say that Kendrick Lamar was overrated. It was a lot, folks.
No,
it was a
lot. Man. Let's stay on topic. Let's stay on topic, y'all.
Cold-blooded.
Leave Penny out of this.
Hov, he had a lot to say, but I don't necessarily. I feel like it was more controversial than everybody's making it. I mean, isn't he right? I mean, what's wrong with somebody getting on the internet and telling everybody what they should know?
There's no other person in hip hop that could make that statement, and the world would have ran with it, bro.
Well, let's talk about it. We're gonna leave Jarv for the end because we know his stance, obviously.
I feel attacked.
Unless he just wants to like shock the whole world, but I'm pretty sure we know his stance. But Mase, right? Who's your favorite rapper? Let's get it. Let's get it.
My favorite rapper is Weezy F. Lil Wayne. Tunchi. I'll never say that again. It's the only time you ever go ahead and say that. That's my favorite rapper, and I wasn't offended. I saw a lot of people talking about, Wayne was one of those of the handful of names that people were bringing up that could challenge Hov in a battle. Wayne was one of them, and so as the resident Wayne stan in the crew, it pained me to kind of admit that no, Weezy don't have a chance. Hov could battle Weezy in the Verzuz with 96 through 2003 material, and maybe come out victorious. I mean, Hov has 2, maybe 2.5 primes that he could go up there against. So as the Wayne stan, I'm not about to come up here and argue that Go DJ is about to beat Hov. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because there's been a lot of names thrown out there, man. Wayne is definitely one of them. A lot of Wayne fans out there, like, yo, like freestyle Wayne, mixtape Wayne is going up there and taking out Hov. And you're saying no, that's not happening.
Wayne could take out a lot of folks. Hov is not one of them. Hov isn't. You know, I feel like there's tiers, especially when we're talking about verses. Not just, you know, this isn't just lyricism. This is not a battle, folks. This is records. And, you know, Hov is in that A tier up with the Kanye's, the Dr. Dre's, the Puffies. You know, I even might throw Drake at the bottom of that list. You know what I mean? But Wayne, I don't think he has quite the firepower. His music hasn't aged as well as Hov. And when you have to start talking about mixtape and freestyle tracks to make your point, it seems like you might be reaching. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but Jadakiss though.
Not enough.
Hov is not Dipset.
Okay.
Not enough, man.
That's a fact. That's a whole fact.
Not enough.
It's far from it.
No bandanas to snatch off on stage when you battling Hov.
Deeni, talk to me, because you've gone on wax saying Nas.
Wow. Damn, Jarv.
Let's try this again.
Let the hate flow through you,
Let's
nigga.
try this again.
Jarv came in ready. I'm not even gonna lie.
I love it.
More whatever bullshit y'all on today.
Deeni has gone on wax, on record, saying Jay-Z and Nas are his top two favorite rappers evenly, right?
Greatest lyricist and greatest rapper to ever touch a mic.
Right.
There's a difference between the two.
So with you holding them to the same level of esteem, right, personally, how do you feel about it?
If this was a spoken word, I'd give it to Nas, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is about records. I feel like the prestige of Hov alone, just being on the stage, just no one who, not even Kanye, garners the prestige of having Hov on the stage, bro. Like, there's so many lanes, so many bags, so many eras, so many primes. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like not a 20, bro. Not a 20. Just Lil Wayne don't have it. Like Lil Wayne don't even have a classic album. You know what I'm saying?
Oof.
Like, are we really gonna play Lollipop when the whole shit comes on, bro? Like, that's really when the prime really started. Like it's not gonna work. Name who you name. Not even Escobar. I love Nas, but so like I said, he just can't. Not for a party. Not for a versus, bro. Like, if we were just going, we just listening to music for a vibe, yes, but not for a versus. It's completely different atmosphere, completely different energy. It's showman vibes.
I feel that. All right. Let me get my take. I'm gonna leave Jarv to the end. Now, y'all see me, and I want to talk to a few people out there on the internet, specifically on YouTube. Just because you have a favorite rapper, somebody that speaks to you and you hold to a certain esteem personally, it makes your favorite songs, favorite music, like made songs that were sort of part of your soundtrack for certain eras of your life. Just because you have a favorite, I don't mean that you got to agree with everything or you got to say that guy is unstoppable, unbeatable. Like, there's no, like, everything he drops is 5 mics or whatever. Y'all see the shirt I got on, right? I'm Nas to the death. We've seen Jarv and I go head to head. He's the whole fan at the table. I'm the Nas fan at the table. Naturally, we're gonna bump heads and argue about a lot of issues. But in terms of a versus track for track, 20 tracks, in terms of what makes a versus what it is, right? And we gotta think about it, because a lot of people is gonna say, oh, but it's about the songs. It's not just about the songs, right? It's got hits is part of it for sure, which Hov is definitely gonna win on that versus somebody like Nas, right? Or Nas specifically, right? But you also have like the performance aspect of it, right? I love Nas. I've seen him live many times. I've seen Hov many times. Hov is a better performer than Nas is on stage, right? He has better command of the stage. He has better stage presence. His crowd control. He stands up there like an orator, right? He the way he commands the crowd is crazy. So performance-wise, that's gonna go to Hov, right? MCing-wise, that's the one I might give it to Nas, possibly, right, as an edge. But then Hov is an incredible MC in his own right. So that's not even a given, right? Because you put together MCing with the stage presence, right? Hov might take that, right? And then there's a very intangible aspect of the verses in terms of like how it exists today, not just like, you know, like a year or two ago when it was
first
just
started.
Like, yeah, when it was just in people's rooms and basements and like, you know, you had shitty Wi-Fi and stuff. And it was just going like song for song, song for song. They were just playing it. Now, if you get on stage and you're performing, on top of the performance, you're gonna have like in between songs, you're gonna have the slick talk. You think it's gonna be like, you know, going back and forth. And who's gonna out slick talk Hov?
The money talk's redundant, bro, when it comes to that,
bro,
man.
Nobody's out slick talking Hov, right? It's especially not Nas. I love Nas. He's not out slick talking too many people, right? So I love Nas to death, but you put Nas on stage with Hov in a versus environment, it's not happening for Nas, man. It's not. It's just not. It's just not. That's just simple facts of it, man. It is what it is.
In feeding the trolls, they gonna call you a so-called Nas fan.
They're gonna call me a so-called Nas.
No.
You gonna get it again, man.
It's a nigga in reality,
it is
bro.
what it is. Holler at me in the comments. I got something for y'all. Jarv.
Hey, listen. Mike 100, love whatever the fuck, and the rest of you Nas fans on the internet, get out your feelings and go get your pads, have your cycle, whatever y'all need to do to reserve your feelings, because the Nas fan said it. I didn't say it, he said it. You can't even get mad at me this time. But hearing Hov say what he said reminded me of Hov with the Keyshawn Johnson jersey, the do-rag on, the Timbs on, back when he was really competing, when the belt was in question. We already know he got the belt, but back in them days it was in question. He was active, you know what I mean? To hear that level of shit talk, like, yo, you can't stand in front of the Grammy family freestyle. I mean, it's facts. It's absolute facts. I've said it on a round table. The 96 to 03 catalog is enough to get most of your favorites out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and Sim was arguing about Kanye in the group chat. I think Kanye might be the only one who could stand in front of Jay comfortably and go 20 rounds and make it entertaining. But it amazes me, forget about the songs, it amazes me how many people believe that Jay-Z is not that good. What is it with the 45 and up crowd in hip hop that's like Jay-Z? Like, why do they say the most ridiculous things? Like this 49-year-old dude on Twitter said that Drake and Tunchi and Eminem could be Hov in the verses? What are we talking about?
Let's stop the Eminem talk right now.
Marshall.
Shady,
like,
man.
Marshall, like, what if we get into the post-retirement bag and we get into those features? What's beating a Hustling remix? What was the other joint he did with Jeezy?
Three Kings.
Go crazy.
Go crazy.
What's beating Go Crazy? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
What about Dear Summer? What's beating that?
It's ugly, man.
Here's the thing.
It's really ugly.
What's being ignorant shit?
Here's the thing about Hov.
It's on.
I don't understand why this is such a controversial statement for a lot of people out there. But Jay-Z is an MC.
Hold on.
Jay-Z is an MC.
Why do so many people feel like Jay-Z is not that good?
Of the highest caliber. Jay-Z is an MC of the highest caliber, bro. I don't understand how people like, he's a pop artist. He just makes hits. He just chart. Like, it's crazy to me, man.
There's
like, were y'all not
bro.
around when he would come up on Hot 97 and just like spit like crazy? Like his Hot 97 freestyles alone, man. Y'all got me talking hype about Hov, man.
Break the mic.
With my Nas shirt.
Messing the mic.
You gotta understand. Hot 97 freestyles. Once upon a time, that was like the highest caliber MCs would go up there, and Hov would on a regular basis go up there and just destroy shit, man. Like, he's an MC's MC, right?
But the problem is people were saying he wasn't that good even when he was doing that. This hate has been decades.
That's wild to me. So then on top of that, you have the hits, right? And on top of that, you have the features.
Anthems.
Right? And on top of that, you have anthems, right? Joints that weren't necessarily chart topic. Like, matter of fact,
street hits.
If you street hits, But also, if you go to a Hove show and You Don't Know comes on, the whole crowd, the packed crowd is gonna go crazy. That's an album cut. He didn't put that out as a single. It's not a club joint. It didn't chart anywhere. It's just an album cut. But it's one of the illest album cuts of all time, man. What
about the Rough Rider joint? You play Jigga My Nigga. That shut the crowd down too.
Right.
Crazy, man.
It's weird to become old enough to see the truth that you know become a narrative.
Beanie.
Chill. Say that again. That's bars. Say it again.
Nah, I was saying it's weird. It's weird to become old enough to see the truth that you've seen become a narrative. You know what I mean? And because we seeing people say that Hove can't stay in front of Kanye because Kanye has most of Hove's hits. Let me let you know, folks. Hove has a Kanye catalog. He got a Swiss Beats catalog. He got a Timbaland catalog. He got a Primo catalog. Hove can go in his bag with any producer. Pharrell catalog.
Timbo,
Neptunes,
Timbo.
Hey, you stole my take, bro. I had that in the
Crimes,
so
bro.
many
Errors.
bags to go into,
Yeah.
bro.
Hove is Kobe. That's why I say Hove is Kobe, bro. There's nothing that man can't do. Nothing.
And if people wouldn't get offended when he go in the Kel's bag, when the Fiesta remix back out,
Oh God.
Yeah,
when the Best of Me remix come out, what you gonna do? Come on.
He wouldn't pull out the Kel's joint. He's too political for that.
I just feel like how we live so long to make it seem like complimenting Jay-Z is somehow blasphemy. Like I'm really confused by that.
But if he pulls out the Maya joint, crazy.
Wow.
Crazy, man.
Best of Me joint.
But what Mase said is right on point. Because I had somebody in the comments say that, like, when I was talking about Stillmatic, and I was like, it's not a 5 mic classic to me. There's a couple of joints that I would take off if I had my say on it. I've felt that way since the moment it dropped for 20 years. Somebody in the comments is like, oh, it's sad that like even the Nas fan, the so-called Nas fan is adhering to, to whack narratives. Bro, it's not a narrative. I've been saying this for 20 years. This has been my truth for 20 years, bro. Like, I wish they had never taught y'all that word, man, because y'all just pull it out for anything. Anything y'all don't agree with, like, all of a sudden is a weird narrative. Get out of here, bro. Go away.
I'm not for nothing saying they gonna make you take that shirt off, bro. They gonna be like, you said tripping. All this whole love. Stillmatic is not a classic.
Come see me. Come see me.
That's one of the things missing in the world. Sin touched on it earlier. The ability to love something, but still be critical of it. Still say, hey, you know what? This is the best player to me. He's my favorite player, but I don't think he'll be able to beat this player. There's not a crime in doing that, bro. It's just acknowledging reality. If that other player is the better player.
What's gonna happen when What We Do backs out? Like, I can just keep naming songs. Like, there's so many records. Like, you're gonna have to raise the limit to 30. And it's ridiculous.
It's Hove, bro. The rules gonna be. It's Hove. This probably won't even be the same rules, bro.
So what you saying? The Show Me What You Got freestyle is beating something? Let me know.
One of these days,
they trying to say Hustler's Anthem.
One of these days, I need Mase to break down with the Lil Wayne allure, bro, because I've never seen it, bro.
The only song that Wayne got is when Back That Thing come out. Like when that back out, that's automatic win. That's beating everything.
Wobbly, drop it like it's hot. was his most iconic line prior to all this.
When Home was dropping some hard shit, you gonna play One Dance? That's gonna win the round.
Come on, bro.
Saying.
Hotline Bling.
Nas
playing.
Imagine
there's so much filler between those dudes, man.
And people, I'm gonna go through some names. People throwing out there. Number 1, Eminem. Obviously, the M fans are gonna come out in droves and be like,
"Come on, bro!
Eminem is the king." Stop it, bro. But imagine watching that versus and all of a sudden you hear, "Hi, my name is." Like, or, you know how you know something's bad? Two Trailer Park Girls go around the outside. Come on, bro. That's not gonna.
So Ghetto comes on.
I like Shady, and I'm telling you right now,
bro.
That's not gonna fried. Next.
Those M songs are not ringing off in a verse.
Fried, bro.
In a verse.
Next.
Hold on. Look,
the whole crowd.
He got Renegade though.
Half the Eminem shit.
Stop
it, bro.
We
Next.
We went through Nas.
It's not enough.
We went through Nas. We went through Wayne. Kanye.
Has the hits and anthems and songs to do it, and even can go into his semi-hood bag because he's made so much music for so many other people.
But no,
bro, just
producers though. We're not talking producer bag. It's gonna have to be his song.
I know Jarv came at me earlier for this, but I was like, just off respectability politics, I feel like that's gonna matter when going against Hov. The whole you putting your own music out there. I feel like with Hov that would matter. Like a lot of people, you can shrug it off.
No, that's no. See, Deeni, you always do that. You spin what you say in the group chat and then bring it on the pod. And you said, oh, if it's about writers, I'm not going with nobody who ain't write their bars. I don't got nothing to do with the verses, bro.
I'm talking about help. Like if I'm sitting on the stage and I know I did all my own shit, the other nigga
go read the thread. You said if you got help with your pen, it's not valid in the verses. That's what you said
against Hov. I said against Hov.
It don't matter. That's not the rules.
It's not the rules. But rules. I could see it. I can see it in
different rules with Hov.
MC wise, because we're talking about not just Hov as an artist, but as an MC.
One of the maybe, like I said, like except with the exception of Nas, I think the greatest MC to touch a mic, bro.
But I feel like the Kanye bag, he might need to step outside of his own records.
That's exactly my point.
I feel like on a verse, that's not what you're saying. On a verse
with the hood records.
Let me finish. On a versus stage, I feel like some of his songs, the Kanye songs, will have a hard time living against the Jay-Z. But if he goes into like songs he produced for other people, that might have hit harder. Like I think about Kanye's first 2 albums. How many of those songs can really stand on the versus stage in front of Jay, like real comfortably?
I mean, a few. 2 songs with 2 words will be up there.
Go on.
Jesus Walks will be tough to beat for anybody.
Tough. There you go. Jesus Walks, 2 words. What else?
Through the Wire might be a problem.
I don't know if that's
might be.
Win.
What's the shit with Common?
I feel like we got to go to graduation before we really start talking about
Can't tell me nothing.
Can't tell me nothing.
I think in terms of Ye would give him a good battle, song for song, especially if we only keep it to 20 songs. But what I was telling Jarv in the group chat, he was getting mad at me for some reason. I was still saying Hov is gonna win. Hov is still gonna win, and he's gonna win because of the MC aspect and the performance.
You know what you said. You know what you said, son.
Yeah, nobody in terms of like people that have had such an impact on like charts wise and hits wise and anthem wise. I don't think any of them are out MCing Hov. And
what about Busta?
And the people that can out MC Hov,
no one
think has the
no
chart
one covers the ground. There you go. No one covers the ground. It's like you can maybe keep up lyrically like a Nas, but you ain't got the hits and you ain't got the anthems. You can maybe keep up with the hits as far as like a Wayne, but your bars ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just no one who meets the full criteria.
You don't think Busta will have the energy to go 20?
No.
Energy wise and performance wise, he might have it. But
Busta got 20 that's gonna hit you in the ribs like the way Hov got 20 that'll hit you in the ribs.
We gotta cover our bases. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
nigga that passed the Cavassier in the battle.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna have his joints. He gonna have the joint with Mariah. That's gonna definitely get the play. He gonna have, Scenario gonna get run. Scenario is a great record. He gonna definitely.
That's an automatic W.
The joint with Wayne and Chris Brown, that was a big record for him.
I'm saying,
Busta could give him a run.
But when
Busta is like Jadakiss's max competition. But Busta, yeah, like if you're talking about somebody with a bunch of guest verses, somebody with good performance, somebody that's gonna get you engaged, you know what I mean? I feel like that's the height of where Busta could reach. I don't think Busta could get in that Hov bag. I'm sorry, and even just like we was just talking about Ye, I think Ye would be a win for Hov because even if he gets in his Ye gets in his I produced this for bag. But then Hov might get in his ghostwriter bag and play still DRE. You know what I mean? He might just play Big Brother in the background with Kanye praising him the whole time and just stand there. You know what I mean? It's difficult, man. It's hard.
He might play a verse he wrote for Ye.
I was about to say, they might try some slick talk and be like, it's a good song, Ye. Who wrote that? Who wrote that?
It's possible. Against Hov, that would work. That's the only person I would work with. Hov just different, bro.
I think
Hov is the Verzuz final boss. That's what we saying.
He's the game's final boss, bro. Like,
all right, so let's just go around. Is anybody beating Hov in a Verzuz? Deeni, yes or no?
Can't do it.
No? Mase?
Nah, nobody's beating Hov, man.
Jarv?
Absolutely not, bro. No one's beating
right.
Jay-Z in the Verzuz.
And my take is
not
Nas will take him. Nah, I'm playing.
So cold.
Nah, I love Nas. I don't see it happening. I don't see it really happening with anybody. I think, I think Kanye might give him the strongest run, but then he might not write his own shit, and a lot of his hits are with Hov. Busta might, we didn't talk about Drake. Is Drake?
When it comes to the hits, Drake got the 20. Drake got the 20 for the hits.
Hold on. OVO Sin, what you think, bro?
Let's hear it.
OVO Sin.
Well, first of all, we're not doing that no more.
Second, doing it.
It hits, bro. It hits.
He got the hits. He doesn't have it performance wise, stage presence wise. He doesn't have it emceeing wise. He doesn't have it slick talk wise.
Okay.
He's not doing it. I don't know why people are so mad about this, man. I don't see it. I don't see anybody being Hov in the Verzuz, man. And that's
you gotta remember too, the slick talk is primarily about money. You know what I'm saying? You can't slick talk money with Hov. So that's a lot of people disown.
I don't mean slick talk on money. I mean like performance. I mean on the stage, like something like if he's head to head with Kanye, and Kanye does a song that he didn't write, Hov might be like, all right, that's cool, but you ain't write that. Or who wrote that?
You worked for me when you wrote it.
You know what I mean?
Like you was signed to me.
There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit talk that can happen on the stage, right. And I think Hov,
bro,
has the ultimate bag for shit talk in a performance.
He's got the gauntlet, bro.
What he did last night was slick talk. Who's standing in front of that?
Again, it was it was really remarkable to see going from like this diplomatic, like almost politician to being like, yo, y'all ain't nobody fucking with me. What are y'all talking about?
Was that a low-key response to Ye's Drink Champs interview? Was that
possibly?
I think that's to a lot of people have thrown out they want to be in the ring with Hov, but that could be a few shouts. Ross threw it out there, Busta threw it out there.
Ross did too. Yeah,
he probably just y'all was smoking rocks, man. I love y'all.
I think
my bros.
I think it might be more so towards Ross because Ross called him out specifically by
lay off the weed, bro.
I just think anytime when he says something of that magnitude, it's across the board. It's not no one particular artist. He just shook the table. That's it.
Yeah.
He said, "No disrespect to nobody. I love what y'all do. Y'all good, but
that was just as he got in that statement.
But just cut it out."
Nobody. All right, y'all. You have it. There's our takes on this whole Hov versus breaking the internet statement. Rap Roundtable says we saw no lie in this statement. Facts is facts. Hov got the ultimate bag on all fronts. Nobody's taking him out. All right.
Got a consensus today.
Yeah, man. Yo, take us off, Deeni.
Yo, it's the Rap Roundtable. You know the vibes. Your boy Deeni the Balance, Jarv the Point Guard, Masito, Cinsere the Rap Snob. We are the Rap Roundtable. Tap the fuck in.
Sir.